What's up guys, I'm Frenzy. So today I felt like, since the patch just got released, I don't really want to do viewer castles because people aren't ready. They haven't updated their castles yet. So I'm going to give them a couple of days before I record viewer castles, maybe like just 1 or 2 days, and then I'll start recording those again. So I figured I'll just do an Archer Attack video, and just kind of talk about the new changes as they kind of pop up in gameplay. It might be a shorter video. I might only do like 2 castles instead of 3. You can kind of notice already that I'm sure that this guy's castle has been set up, hasn't been set up for the new patch, right? So there's not so much that I can really record for content on the day of a patch. There's just not much I can do. So I think I'm going to just try to not use any potions through these attack videos, and just see how good I can play it with the vision that I've been given, you know, in this patch. That's what my goal is, I would say. Right, because I have a lot of vision given to me, so I'm thinking that I can take almost no damage throughout the entire castle. And I don't think I have to use any potions in any level 24 castles, but we'll see. There are certain situations where it's a little difficult, I would say. Specifically, Scorpios and Mega Muttons, maybe even to a lesser extent Zeeks, might give me some problems. I think I want to be pulled by these, so I can get in here, drop a Caltrops before my volley's up, and then take everything out with that. Alright. I probably need to be going a little bit quicker because they have buffed the times, I don't know. I'm just gonna drop a volley here. That seems reasonable. That's probably hooked in towards the top somewhere, I would say. I think that they're gonna have to make some changes to the camera rotation. Mainly to hotkeying the camera rotation, because you hit this a lot of the time when you're playing, and it feels really weird to have your camera rotate when you're not ready for it to rotate. And like the hotkeys for it are all the way down on the bottom, like the arrow keys, and that's so far away from where your hands should be when you're playing. Alright. So I think they probably should make a few additional options to this camera rotation. Specifically turning off the in-game ones and just making it have a hotkey that you can actually use, you know, a remappable hotkey. Alright, so far so good. This guy's castle is really weird to me. No one uses this anymore. Like, not only does this seem like it's not a patch 17 castle, but it seems like it's not a patch 16 castle or even 15. It seems like it's way back in the day of bone puppeteers being used on medic all over people's castles to delay a couple months ago. Something to note is that even if you don't have line of sight and you try to cast volley in a certain area, it will stick on a wall if it's not in the correct area. So that's something that you should probably pay attention to. I can actually turn this around, and that messes me up a little bit because I can't use a hotkey because it's too far away. Should have done that before I engaged though. My fault. So yeah, this castle was very easy. I think easier than it necessarily should have been. Obviously, he's raising a ton of guys, but these guys are not going to hurt me at all. I'll just get ready to use a volley on all of them. And we'll steal his loot. Alright, so no potions. I end with full hit points. Pretty good. Alright, so there we go. Gotta give him a little dance, because that's what we do in these videos. Alright, and we'll hop into someone else's castle in just a second here. Alright, for number 2 we have Boom Shakalaka. His castle level is 24, obviously, 295 defense points. He's got some stuff in his gold chests, so my gold's actually getting a little bit low because I haven't really been even emptying my mines because it's been so useless. So I have to loot a little bit of gold here. I guess I should probably pay a little bit more attention because this is obviously pulling something. Okay, it's a Scorpio. Let's see if I can just dodge the hook. There we go. And then I'll drop a volley on top of it. And that'll get me hooked. That's fine. Easy enough to dodge. Alright, we have another one, Mega Mutton. Mega Muttons are actually a little bit more scary overall, I would say. They're more of just a straight up good unit, regardless of camera rotation. Not so much there, but I got a crit, I believe, on him. Alright, we hop through. Again, I'm going to be trying to use no potions. We'll see how this works. That's going to be kind of the goal through this patch. It's just no potions rather than getting through easily. Alright, good. And I'd like to end on full life as well, if I can do it. Alright, what's coming? A Mega Mutton. Probably going to be able to just DPS him down, I'm sure. One more headshot should do it. There we go. Taking a little unnecessary damage from this trap, but I'm able to heal up with these 2 globes. Okay, so this is actually either one of my viewers or someone who has seen this same setup before. This is the setup that I copied from somebody else, so it's not necessarily me. That's kind of funny, actually. We'll see a little bit more if it's the Stairmaster setup. Okay, so the Stairmaster setup was something that I did myself, I believe. It wasn't something that I copied. So this looks more and more like a viewer of mine. So I'm sorry that you ended up getting hit by one of my attack videos. But yeah, we'll skip the dance at the end. That's one thing that when I noticed that it's a viewer, we just skip that part of it. Alright, and this looks like probably a similar setup that I had before. Obviously you can see how these don't work anymore. It's something that I have to change in my castle as well. Alright, so far so good. We're still at max life. We haven't used a potion yet. I have to step out of the way of this so that I don't get pulled into that. And then we'll drop the volley. That should clear up the little guys. All I have to worry about now is Scorpio and then the dampener, obviously. I'm not critting this guy at all, though. It's taking a while. Alright, and then we can volley this. I think I could probably squeeze by on the side here and not have to fight this group, but I wanted the health globe, to be honest. Just so because I want to end on full life, or try to. Alright, so these two pulled something, which I'll be able to see coming from pretty far away, right up there. I can volley that as well. I actually pulled something else, though. Oh god. For some reason my mouse stopped working. Okay, we're good, though. We're good. Alright, that's absurd. Stop healing. Alright, we're fine. Alright, that pulls something else. I'm not as worried because I already pulled 2 groups. My arrows don't quite go far enough. I might have to use a different bow for this patch because I can shoot so much farther. This bow actually has minimal range compared to other bows. And it didn't matter as much before the patch, but this actually is a pretty big deal now. I've been noticing more and more. Because you don't really get into these close range situations nearly as much. I'm gonna grab the health globe just so I'm maxed. And I think we should be going into the boss room here, yep. Alright, and then we have Triple Scorpio boss room. So I may not be able to end at full during this attack. We'll still try to do it without potions though. Which is much easier, you can see, with the camera rotation. I'm able to volley and headshot these guys from like miles away. And we'll just flip that around again. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to loot this guy. Oh, and I actually accidentally potioned. That's no fun. Alright. Well, I'm still messing up on a few of the core mechanics of this new patch. Mainly because of the fact that I don't think you can remap hotkeys. I really dislike that now that we're getting into these situations where the arrow keys are your hotkeys for this. That seems really bad, and I don't like using the mouse for anything but actions on the screen. So, unfortunately, I did not get to loot this guy, but he is a viewer, so, you know, I guess that's nice that it, you know, some of my inspired castle designs went into this, and he was able to keep me out, so that's good. So we'll try to find one more person to loot, and get back to this in just a second. Alright, and for the next one, and probably last one, we have Mr. Smiles. Castle level is 24 as well. 275 defense points. The timer is 5 minutes and 54 seconds. That's so low. Again, trying for the no potion. No potion challenge. Alright, so that unfortunately didn't drop 1 health globe for me, which isn't good. Oh, I like that. Didn't really work very well, but I liked it. But this one dropped 2 health globes, so I should be full again. And I actually have to, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to remap those hotkeys. I need that. But it's definitely something that I'll be, I guess necessarily abusing, that it's difficult to actually rotate your screen. It takes time. It's actually a resource. Like, it's so weird how that is going to play a factor until they add some sort of customized hotkeys. Unless I'm wrong, if I'm wrong and you can actually customize these somehow, if someone would tell me, that would be awesome. Because I looked through the options quickly to see, and I guess I could spend a little bit more time looking, but I don't think there's any way to customize hotkeys. Which is slightly a problem, considering. Because if I was playing right now, I would want to twist my my view around, but I can't, you know, go from 1, 2, 3, 4 to the arrow keys on either of my hands. I need both of my hands to do that, so I would much rather switch it out for like W and E or something to rotate my view. Or secondary mouse buttons or anything like that. Which technically I can do with a driver. I can have it mimic arrow keys, but I don't really want to have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that in most games, you know? So I mean, what I would say about this guy's castle specifically is that I really don't like the Cyclopses everywhere. Cyclopses are health globe droppers. Like, they drop a ton of health globes. and the specialization that these guys are on are not really working for him. That was a massive crit. Alright, so far so good, still full life. Hopefully I won't accidentally hit Q again. This one's damaging me a bit more. I'm gonna have to play it a little bit smarter to start healing back up after this. But I think one of these upcoming ones should drop 2 health globes. The problem with this is I don't like the fact that he's going from damage dealing groups to tank groups, because it's allowing me to have a point where I can heal up in between these groups, you know? Like, that group didn't damage me as much as the previous group, so it kind of worked in my favor, I guess. I should have moved a little bit more before I dropped that volley. That was a mistake of mine. I actually am starting to get low. Grab that health globe. The rotating cannon traps are working for him as well. Alright, so as long as I don't walk in that fire, I should be able to grab this health globe. And this health globe can be in a reasonable spot going into the boss room, maybe? Yeah. Let's see what this boss room is. If it's 3 Scorpio, I may actually have to potion. Oh, he doesn't have a boss room. Okay, so I made it without any potions. This castle, I mean, he did have a full castle, I believe, so I don't know. Kinda weird. Made it through. I think we're just gonna end the video here. I just wanted to record something. I figured a no potion challenge would be kind of interesting, I guess. Because, I mean, one day after a patch, there's not much I can do. I can't really record viewer castles because people's castles aren't updated yet. I can't really attack and make a guide because people's castles aren't updated yet, and I still haven't learned all the skills that archers have been changed and like what is most effective and stuff like that. So I just used the same loadout that I was using last patch, tried to do it with no potions. I accidentally hit Q on the last castle, but other than that I've been pretty successful. Although the last castle did keep me out of looting their chests, so that's good. So all in all, I mean, I'm not super upset with the patch. I think it's okay. I'd like some hotkeys, hotkey remapping though. I think that would be pretty good and pretty necessary. Alright, so, yep, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.